Welcome, Brittany, to the Pickleball Warehouse gift guide. I wanted to get things started by doing a little gift exchange. So I got you a gift because I know how you were married to Jason. And I thought, what would be an appropriate gift? And I thought noise-canceling headphones might be good.
Wow, William, you were so kind.
Yeah.
Oh, these will actually be pretty useful. Thank you.
I'm very familiar with Jason. I know he likes to talk. He likes to make puns. So I thought that would be an apropos gift. Did you give me anything?
Well, he didn't tell me. So I'm going to give you my gift of loving to play pickleball with you. And we can play pickleball together.
Nice. All right, well, let's get into this. You are a woman.
I am.
You are also a mother.
That is also
you
true.
check those boxes. Why don't we look at some gifts for her?
We could do that. Well, I love gift shopping. And I love shopping for myself, so I feel like this is the perfect category for me. So as I was looking, I was like, what would I want for pickleball Christmas or any other holiday we're celebrating? And I think the first thing that came to me is like, what also would my mom like? And I am going with this awesome Pickleball Bella sling bag. It's available in a couple different colors. So if pink's not her style, there's blues and greens. I really like it for a couple reasons. I think that it is super cute to start with. It can hold actually several pickleball paddles. In here I have 4. Might not need 4, but just showing you. This is a big main compartment and then obviously the little compartment up front to hold just a singular pickleball paddle. Honestly, it's kind of one of those on the go. You can, bring it to pickleball. It's also pretty cute for other things. It has that big storage compartment inside, so you can throw in some gym clothes, water bottle, really everything you need to go from court to wherever else you're going.
The theme is cute.
The theme is cute.
Okay.
So we're going to continue that theme.
Yeah.
You're correct. This is the Club Collection paddle. And again, it is very cute. Also matches the bag, I think, with the pinks. And it actually comes in several different, I can open this, slide that back down. Several different, very exciting cosmetics. I love them all. I think that this is just a fun cosmetic, something that kind of draws your eye. I know we were kind of talking like your wife was looking at the wall of pickleball paddles.
This would be all over my wife's gift list right here.
Exactly. It's a great playing paddle too. So it's, it does what it needs to do. It has good feel, good, kind of the best of both worlds and power and control, good spin. So perfect for more like maybe beginner, intermediate players. And it's also a good value, under $60. So kind of a good starting paddle that you can grow with. Which would be your favorite of the lovely cosmetics?
I like to include cute into my pickleball ensemble. The pink is a good one. I would probably go with the pink one.
I have to agree with you, so I'm not sure what that says. This one is also my favorite as well. Looking, what are we going to wear to the pickleball court?
Yes, it's got to match cute.
It's got to match cute. I'm also going here for comfort. So athleisure, very in, you can wear it. Also multi-purpose. I love this shirt. Ace the Moon is one of my favorite brands in both tennis and pickle, and they just do a bunch of really fun graphics. This is their Pickle Springs rocker t-shirt. It's a super soft t-shirt. It has this really cute print. I'm from the Palm Springs area, so for me, I feel like it's home right here. So perfect shirt you can wear on the court. You can also wear it more casually as well. And then this is what I live in, basically on the weekends. These are the Vuori Core Performance Joggers. They're super soft, super comfortable. They're really cute. And they also come in a couple different lengths. So if you need a little bit longer length.
Were you hinting at the fact that I'm short? Because that's what I'm hearing right now.
Well, I'm a little taller, so
Yes.
I do need that longer length.
Okay.
So they do come in a longer length, which I love and I use. And they're available in several different colors and styles. Perfect for winter. Also, maybe if you're walking to the courts, before you warm up, throw these on and off and, stay warm while you're waiting. So those are my picks for gifts for her. Cute is the theme. Now, what's your theme?
I opted not to go for cute for the gifts for him. Wasn't really my thing. But I did choose some bangers, if you will.
Okay.
Going to start off with the Engage Pursuit MX 6.0. There is the EX, the EX 6.0. There's 4 different variants in this pedal line. The MX and EX, you're looking at elongated with MX. EX is going to be the more standard shape. The 6.0 versus non.0 is just the thickness. So 6.0 being the thicker of the two. I like the 6.0 series of these because it's got a good amount of control. You're going to get a ton of power. And these are kind of oldies but goodies. They've been around for a while. This is my paddle choice a while back.
Same, actually. We both, I think, were rocking them.
Yeah. And I think this still holds up to a lot of paddles nowadays. And I think this is a great gift option for anybody who is kind of upping their game, really.
Good choice.
The next one is the Selkirk Performance, Core Performance Pickleball hat. And I chose this for mainly the reason that it's got a back to it. A lot of the hats have mesh, that trucker style. And if you suffer from a balding head like myself, I need that extra coverage, especially, I go out on court and I'm hitting for 3 hours. There's a lot of sun exposure for me. So I like to have full coverage. I also like that this is polyester, so it washes really well. I've had hats that they kind of look like raisins after about 5 washes. You're sweating in it. You want that kind of durability in the wash cycle. So this is a great hat. I highly recommend it. And then the last thing I had for gifts for him, the Fila Essential Stripe Crew. It's in this nice little square packaging.
Oh, look at the color. One of your favorites.
Yes. Brittany's jesting here if you're not picking up that passive-aggressive tone. I prefer the darker navies. They're good sweat hiders. I sweat a lot on court. My body does a great job at managing the heat. And so I like the navy. It's got a simple stripe design down the center. And again, going with polyester, just good sweat management. So I highly recommend the Fila Essentials Stripe Crew. I think this is kind of a neutral, solid choice.
Very classic. Can't go wrong.
Yeah. All right. So let's look at stocking stuffers. I like stocking stuffers because they can be a little bit cheaper. You can get fun with them, and you can get like a variety of things instead of having to go all out on just one thing. So I chose a few things. The first thing I chose was the goodr sunglasses. Love goodr.
Love goodr.
$25, especially right now. The game's speeding up. I'm finding that I'm having to kind of step back from the line a lot, especially with some of the paddles out in the market. And so I want that eye protection. If these are going to get hit, scratched, I don't want to spend a lot of money on my eyewear, but I want to look good on court. And I just want to show you my image has just increased, I think, tenfold.
I like how I can see myself.
Yes. Yeah, you don't know where I'm looking. It's just always keep them guessing.
No, goodrs are probably the best bang for your buck value sunglasses. I have several that I love very much.
Sunglasses can be, again, subjective. You've got to put them on your face, kind of feel it out. So maybe a good stocking stuffer for yourself.
Lots of different styles and color options available.
A ton, yes. I chose.
You can personalize.
Yeah, I chose the Mick and Keith's Midnight Ramble.
Okay.
Kind of liked the blue hue, and I liked that they were a little more subtle than some of the other options.
Very basic colors, yes, black.
Yes, I'm a basic kind of person. Yeah. The other thing I chose, the BloqUV Sun Sleeve. I need a lot of sun protection, so these are great because it's offering 50 UPF sun protection, and it's also kind of good with sweat management. The sweat kind of coming down and getting onto the handle. This being on your arm kind of protects that, so it serves a dual purpose. So
very light too and soft. So
yes, it's super soft to the touch.
Easy to wear. Great option.
And then last but not least, you can't go wrong with Overgrip. I don't know about you, but if you go out to the courts, a lot of people are still playing with that stock grip. They look dingy and dirty. And to be honest, it's probably not good because you can get slippage.
Yep.
And so getting a nice Overgrip, these are like $6, super easy. People neglect to get this. It's always like, oh, I'm going to get a new paddle. I'm going to get some shoes. So Overgrip, highly recommended stocking stuffer.
Nothing beats a fresh Overgrip when you're playing. It's almost like you get a whole new paddle.
That's right.
All right. Well, I agree with you. I love stocking stuffers. I love finding kind of the small little knickknacks that I can throw in there at good values. And so I think the first one that I picked kind of matches with yours. I also went with the sunglasses, but I went with Knockaround, another great brand, very similar to goodr. I went with a more classic look. This is the Paso Robles Tortoise Shell Amber. I like these again for that mom on the go that it's, I can wear them performance-wise, and then I can wear them casually after. Paso Robles, not too far from here, so name is near and dear to the heart. Great stocking stuffer, again, protects you from the sun. You can wear them pickleball or wherever else you want to go.
Paso, famous for their wines. You could drink wine with those sunglasses.
Now you're talking to me. Next thing, kind of similar to your grips, but another kind of essential thing that you don't think you always need, but this is the paddle eraser from 60. A couple of the different brands offer it, but it's a great $5 little stocking stuffer you can throw in. Fits nice and small, fits into any, bag or anything that you're bringing to and from the court, and it's a good just like maintaining your paddle. When you're playing outside, you get to pick up a lot of dirt and other stuff on your paddle, and this is really easy to use. Just kind of wipe it over your paddle face, and it removes that debris, giving it, helps prolonging and the durability of your paddle. So,
got to take care of your investment.
Exactly. Last thing I'm going fun and cute again.
Yes.
The Pickleball Keychain from Racquet Inc. If you tend to lose your keys or you just want to have a little extra pizzazz on your bag, this keychain is perfect for that. For any pickleball lover, I feel like, you can't go wrong.
That's what my bag is missing is pizzazz.
Pizzazz,
yes.
Right here. Well, I will add that to your holiday wish list.
Okay. And it's pink.
It's pink,
yes.
And it's, pink and cute.
All right.
Funny thing is, I don't love pink either, but
you chose a lot of pink, so I beg to differ.
Right now, so I'm embracing my pink era.
Okay.
Shall we go into paddles?
Yes.
Let's do paddles.
Beginner paddles.
Beginner paddles.
Hear me out.
Yep. I'm going to make room.
Babolat Rebel Power Paddle. You don't see a lot of Babolat paddles out. They are huge in the tennis space. And the reason I chose this paddle is it's $49 right now, which is a huge killer deal for something that honestly hits better than some of the $100 paddles. I would recommend this to anybody who's kind of gotten from the like Walmart paddle. They've hit a couple times like, man, this is really fun. I really want to get into this. And they're ready for the next transition in their game. This paddle is really killer. It says power in its name, but it does a really good job at accessing the control when you need it. And in the hands of somebody 3.0, 3.5, I think they're going to get a lot out of this paddle. Again, just $49. This is the highlight, the shining star. I think a lot of people should take advantage of this for a beginner paddle as a gift. What about you?
Well, I was also thinking beginner. If I had, I have neighbors that are just starting to play, what would I do to get them into the game? And one thing that I think that's really cool that a lot of the brands offer, and I selected this from JOOLA, is a pickleball set. And it's really cool because it comes with 2 paddles, several balls. This one comes with 3, and then a bag as well. So kind of an all-in-one kind of starting pickleball set. This one's $80. It offers the basics, basically everything you need to start playing. I think it's a great little item there's 4 balls on this one. Missed that last ball back there. But, you can go, with your kids or with your significant other, and kind of gives you kind of that first step into pickleball. So everything you need right here fits perfectly in this box.
What's great about that is you grab a couple of them. You got the family coming over for the holidays. You pull these out and you can go out to the courts. If you're sitting around and you're like, what do we do? We come around with the paddles and we're out on the court.
Shall we go into more intermediate to advanced level?
Please do, Brittany.
All right. Well, without further ado, I also chose another JOOLA. This is the Perseus Mod TA15. This is one of the favorites of the pickleball playtesters around here. This one's actually kind of our office one that I had to fight everyone to take today to show you. And it's actually my official paddle of choice right now. Official switch.
Have you made the announcement yet?
This is it.
You heard it here first.
What I like about it is just it feels like no other paddle out there. It's a great feeling, great power, great control. I know you can say that for anything, but I really do feel like I get the power I need out of it without much effort, but it's a controllable power. I also think the spin potential is great, and I just feel like my ball does so much more. I don't know why. When I'm playing against someone else that's using it, I want it back because I can feel the difference. And yeah, so it does everything I need it to do. And I think it's great. Intermediate, advanced level players, I think everyone can get out of it.
I agree. It's phenomenal. It is up there on the price spectrum.
It is.
But it's one of the most versatile paddles I've ever hit with. Huge power, great control, tons of spin. I mean, JOOLA really did something magical with that paddle. And just considering the 2024 that JOOLA had, that paddle is phenomenal.
I really think it stands alone, too. I don't think there's, at least for me, there's no other paddles that I put in the same. It's just, yeah, for me, it's the best.
I agree. On the other end of the spectrum, that being at the high price point,
yes. If
you are an intermediate advanced player, I recommend maybe you're a baller on a budget and you want to spend a little less. The 11624 Vuori X Control. I chose the 14 millimeter for the fact that I think if you're getting into, maybe coming from beginner, getting to intermediate, you're really trying to up your game. I personally love the fact that I'm getting closer to the thinner paddles because I'm seeing my game improve. I'm seeing a little bit more consistency, control, and I'm getting to tap into the power that I wasn't getting with a lot of the thicker paddles. I wouldn't recommend that for beginners because uncontrollable power yields bad results, right?
Yep.
So this paddle is phenomenal, really all areas of the court. It's a great all-around paddle, just like the Engage Pursuit MX.
Fun brand, too. I think they offer great paddles. Underrated.
They do have a great lineup. This paddle has a lot of great feel to it as well. I'm not sure about the dwell time on it, but it feels like the ball is dwelling on the surface when I hit. And for me, that just makes me feel like where I'm putting my swing is where the ball is going. Doesn't have that like hollow pop that I get with some paddles. So I feel like this has good controllable power, and I feel like it'd be great intermediate players. Right now it's at $150. So competing with those $250 paddles, you really can't go wrong with this.
Great choice.
What do we got next? Shoes.
Shoes, another important piece of equipment.
Yes. Do you ever buy shoes as gifts for people? Maybe not family members, but outside family members?
That's a good question. Definitely family members, but I know their size and their preferences. So it can be a little bit tricky. But I will say that someone that's playing pickleball, very important to get into court shoes. I feel like we like to say this a lot, but you don't want to be playing pickleball in running shoes. So especially the more into it you get and the more advanced you start, running around and stuff, to prevent injury, don't play in running shoes. Play in court-specific shoes. And so I think we have a bunch of good options here for everyone.
Yeah, the last thing you want is someone to roll an ankle while they're playing and then be discouraged about the sport. That is obviously a killer. So I totally agree. Court-specific shoes are paramount. Yes.
All right. I will start with my first pick is the Wilson Pickle Pro. So this is kind of more of a good value shoe. It's kind of a retro looking shoe, kind of fun. We're currently play testing it right now, so there will be a review coming. On the foot, I feel like it is very comfortable and very lightweight. I wouldn't say there's a ton of cushioning, but the upper is nice and soft, and it feels very comfortable just walking around and playing as well. What else can I say about the shoe?
I have something to say about them.
Okay, yes.
If you're a wide-footed player like myself, they are great. I found a lot of good fit in the toe box, and especially on the sides where, as a wide-footed player, I normally get that stress. So if you're a wide-footed player, I can't recommend those enough.
Yeah, that upper I think is really, I'm the opposite. I'm the narrow-footed play tester, so I have lots of room in the shoe, but not too much room. I feel like I have enough that I can cinch the laces tight enough and be good. So.
Also, I don't want to step on your toes because I like those shoes too. They are great casual shoes. I've been wearing them around the office, and I love the style that they have.
Yeah, men's and women's, and they come in a couple different colors too, so you can kind of, if a pickleball player out there has a specific color they love, there's a couple out there to choose from. So I think this is a good option for, looking to get in, getting your first court shoe, getting, that support and stability. Second one I have is probably one you are very familiar with, as am I. It's the Skechers Viper Court Elite. Were you on the playtest with me or no? No. I was on the playtest.
No, I was on the Viper Court Pro.
Got it. I was on this playtest as well. So for me, I like this. Actually, the thing that stands out for me on this shoe is the arch fit, which was also in that shoe as well. It is a very distinct technology, and I wasn't sure how I would like it. And you can definitely feel that arch support underneath. But I ended up really liking it in both shoes. I feel like it really kind of gives you just like a little bit, I didn't even know I needed it, extra support. It's comfortable, it's cushioned. You know, some of the top pros play it. It's kind of a fun shoe, kind of out there. Skechers, I think, is making a good splash in the pickleball market. They're coming out with some really great shoes. Yeah, and I feel like you can play very competitive in them. So it's a great option for the more intermediate to advanced level players. They are maybe, for pickleball shoes, a little bit on the range of around $140, but I think they're a great investment.
Well, for the men in your life,
yes,
I want to start off with this right here. I said it in the review, but these things are sexy. And I think it appeals to me because I grew up in the 80s. It's got a very 80s vibe to it.
Yep.
This is the Reebok Nano Court shoe. And if you saw the review, you'll remember that as a wide-footed player, I couldn't recommend them to wide-footed players. So if you are, just know that you're going to have a little bit of issue with the fit. But everything that this shoe did, I loved. It had great cushioning, stability. It was probably a little bit more of a lightweight fast shoe for me, not as stable, but I just loved the overall feel of it. So highly recommend the Reebok Nano Court. And then my standby go-to is the K-Swiss Ultra Shot 3. This has been my standby. It's very stable. It fits my wide foot really nicely. I love the clean look. If you ever go on court, I think you would agree. A lot of people wearing K-Swiss, very popular brand for pickleball. Highly recommend these shoes.
I also very much like those. And I think those people that are looking for a little bit extra support and stability, I've had previous ankle issues and injuries, and I think these offer a little bit extra, gives you a little bit more security when you're playing. So great choice.
Yes, and who couldn't love some security while you play? It's like a little hug while you're playing, right?
Hug your feet.
Oh my gosh, let's move on.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Fast.
Training tools.
Yes.
Winter, if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's a little cooler. Playing outside is a little more difficult. Maybe you don't have access to indoor courts. Good time to be training. Do you have some training tools that you'd like to recommend for the gift guide?
I do. I thought long and hard about this, trying to figure out what I would use as a training tool, and mine's kind of like a multi-purpose item. But I chose the Tourna Pickleball Court Tape. And you're like, why would you choose this? So its first and foremost thing is it basically creates pickleball lines anywhere you want. So if you're indoors, outdoors, on your driveway, or if you have an area indoors that you have enough space, maybe a basement, I don't know, this can basically map out a full court with this roll. Additional things you can use it for is you can create targets on the ground. I like when I'm practicing, maybe giving yourself some small targets to go after, and so you can kind of tape them on the ground. Fun for kids. Also depth, like working on your depth or working on certain things. You can make lines out of it. You can really make some ladders, anything for footwork. So there's just a lot of different uses for training that I feel like you could get out of this roll. So if you use it just to create the lines of the court, or if you do have a court and you want to add some extras for training purposes, I think this is a great option.
I chose the Franklin Sweet Spot Trainer. When this first came out, I laughed.
It looks so funny.
It's super goofy looking. I mean, you've got this crazy long handle. The purpose of this is to help you develop your consistency with hitting in that sweet spot. As you can see, if you hit it anywhere outside the sweet spot, you're either going to miss it completely or it's going to be super wobbly. The twist weight is not there. This is great because it's a good training tool and it helps you build that consistency.
You can actually play pretty well with it. Mark Boone.
I was just going to say, when I started hitting with it, I was like, there's no way. I'm so inconsistent. I'm going to hit out. I was hitting pretty consistently with this paddle, and I actually enjoyed where my shots were going. So it's kind of a fun paddle to take out onto the courts and kind of make everybody go, what is that? What are they hitting with?
And then when you do a regular paddle, you feel like you have a huge amount of space to go.
Yeah, it feels like a boat.
Yeah.
So Franklin Sweet Spot training paddle, recommend that. It's about $50. Can't go wrong.
Perfect.
Speaking of price, we need to wrap this bad boy up. Why don't we talk about some gifts that are under $150?
Yes. Best bang for your buck. Thought again, what would I pick? And this whole year, one of my favorite paddles that I felt is definitely valued at undervalued? Oh, undervalued. That's the word. Is the Echelon RS series that came out. It came out in 3 different head shapes. So I have the Diablo here, which is kind of the middle one. Then there is a more elongated Inferno, as well as the more compact sized Rogue. So I hit with these. We helped kind of gave some feedback to Echelon on what we thought was, the best paddle. And honestly, I feel like it can go toe to toe with some of the top paddles out there. It just does everything I like. I love the feel. It's thermoformed. It has the raw carbon. So it has all the technologies there, and it's under $150. So really, I could go out there and play a tournament with this without any questions asked. I think it's just a great paddle and maybe overlooked by a lot of people. So
Agreed.
That's my first gift. And then you might have seen a sneak peek of my second, but we are Pickleball Warehouse, but we were Total Pickleball before, and we actually are Total Pickleball in Australia still. So before we switched our name recently, we had these amazing bags made. I know we had a lot of input in them. This one's the really fun tie-dye version. Love me a good tie-dye. I think you actually maybe have one of these.
I do, and it's in the surprise generic blue.
Shocker. Anyway, this is really the best bang for your buck. It's $25. It has all the bells and whistles in it. It is padded. It has multiple compartments. It has accessory pockets. Really for the avid player that's looking for a bag to take to tournaments, when they're coming to and from the court.
I agree. I mean, I know it's kind of self-promotion, but that has been my favorite bag so far. I love that it's got a clip that you can clip it onto the fence while you're waiting to play. It's got a shoe bin. That really is a huge value, and I feel like that is probably one of the ultimate gifts that you could offer somebody. Great price, and everybody needs a bag, right? My gift's under $150. You can't go wrong with a ball.
You need a ball to play.
I mean, right? My favorite has been the X40 by Franklin. It's a very durable, solid playing ball. There's a lot of variety and options out there. The most that I have seen personally is either this, sometimes the Dura ball, which plays a little similarly, but I feel like the durability factor is in the Franklin ball. So right now, they've got 12 packs. You can get a 100 pack. If you're just, playing a ton, you're going to get a better deal per ball out of that. But the Franklin X40, highly recommend it.
My favorite ball too. Very consistent.
And then I've also got another oldie but a goodie, the Vuori Mach 1. I got the 16 millimeter because I felt personally that the 16 did a better job at a blend between the power and control, whereas the 14 was a little too heavy-handed on the power. Mm-hmm. Great all-around playability, tons of spin. This came out pretty early on when a lot of paddles were, like you had the carbon, they were just getting into that crazy spin. This kind of set the tone for a lot of the Gen 2 era paddles. So right now, I think this one's like $100. I mean, this one's a killer deal as well. So I highly recommend the Vuori Mach 1 paddle.
Yeah, I feel like that's good for a wide range of players.
Now, let's go big boys.
Let's splurge a little.
Over $150.
Let's have fun. Another favorite brand of mine, 60. I think they make great paddles. I actually struggled to pick which one I really liked, but this one is in around the 200 range. It is their Ruby, and it is more of I feel like control-oriented paddle. So if you already bring the power, this one's good control, great spin, and a pretty consistent feel. It has that Kevlar face, so just maybe a little bit different, but they are designed and engineered in Australia, and we brought them in, and I feel like all the playtesters love the different paddle options. So
very popular.
This was a fun choice for me. Comes with a little paddle cover as well. For my first choice, my second choice is a little heavier, but it does fit under a tree or any other thing, and it is sitting right next to me. And in this lovely box here, we have the Franklin Pickleball Tournament net with wheels. So if you have some space, or you have basketball court or some space that you need when you're using it, it does come in a carrying case. So it's very portable. The wheels, we have one actually downstairs that we use on our tennis court, and we've used it for a while now and really have liked it. So perfect for if you don't have an actual pickleball court, you create your own. So that was my other splurge. So you can play pickleball anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, and I have to say, we have put a ton of mileage on our net. I mean, we've had it for 3
I was going to say
years.
multiple years for sure.
And it gets hit with a lot, not just with us, but the other people that we work with, and it's very durable as well.
Yeah, so great kind of option that maybe for the pickleball player that has everything else, give them the net.
All right, well, I have the Paddletech Bantam TKO. This is the CX. There's also the TKO C. The CX is the longer handle, slightly shorter face, whereas the C is the smaller handle, a little bit longer face. And the thing I love about this paddle is that it offers a ton of power, not on the levels of maybe like the Gearbox or maybe the JOOLA, but it's a ton of power, good amount of control, and it's got killer spin. And I've been seeing a lot of these paddles out on the court. It's very popular. Christian Alshon's been using it. Annalie's been using her ALW. And this also has very simple construction, really great durability. So, when you're spending a lot of money on a paddle, you want to make sure that it's durable. And I chose the 14 because I felt like it was a little more versatile. The 12, you're going to get a ton of power, a little less control, obviously, there. And then my last choice was I wanted to talk about the JOOLA mod, the Perseus mod.
Sneak this over to you.
It really is, I don't want to talk about it again, but it really is just an amazing paddle. And it's just phenomenal all areas of the court. If you're spending a bunch of money on a paddle, I feel like this is the best bang for your buck in terms of what you're getting.
Well, I think we have some really good picks.
Yes. And if you've lasted this long, thank you.
We could keep going, but I think we're going to wrap it up.
No one wants us to keep going.
No, we're going to wrap it up. And I think that wraps up our 2024 gift guide. For all of your pickleball holiday shopping needs, you can head to pickleballwarehouse.com, or if you're down under, totalpickleball.com.au. Thank you for watching.